Aloha, beloveds. It is Reverend and Priestess Catherine Maya Ananda. Welcome to White Rose Healing and welcome to what I'm calling my Sunday sermons. Words of wisdom coming from Spirit through me as channel to you on this day. So whenever this reaches you, know that this is the perfect moment. So I'd like to begin with a little prayer, meditation, which in my world, those two words intermingle. So let's just center and ground, take a breath, and be present. Um, it is my desire that these moments, these teachings, are your space in your day to find stillness, to shut out the outside world. Lots going on, isn't there, in the outside world, in your own world, I'm sure. So this is your sacred pause to shed all of that and to be present, just us, and of course, Spirit, and of course, our ancestors, angels, who else is joining us today. So let's just take a collective breath and just grounding into this moment. It's my own personal practice because I'm often not grounded and need to really ground, really feel that grounding with Mother Earth. I visualize bowling balls falling from the sky and catching them and really feeling the weight of them pushing me into the earth. So if that works for you, give that a try, or some other grounding visualization. So we have our feet on the ground. Maybe you're outside and you have a chance to listen to this. Uh, just breathing in the energy of Mother Earth, breathing it in through the soles of our feet, feeling that come up through our body, through our chakras, out the top of our head, and just shooting up into the stars, having this collective line, this fuel of energy going from heaven to earth, star energy, earth energy, rushing in between us and joining in our heart space. And I welcome, of course, the energy of the rainforest here, the Ohio forest, so breathing that in and offering to you that special energy, sparkly energy, high vibrational energy. Allowing that to commingle in your space. If you have any animal companions who have joined you, welcoming them. Also, they are part of this journey. And just giving yourself permission to be at ease, to allow the thoughts to just drift and melt away, allowing yourself that gift. Be present, stillness, no distractions, nothing else, just you, these words, and this energy. And so breathing in a few more breaths at your own pace, and then landing here. And so I invite now the energy, our Divine Mother. Thank you, Divine Mother, for this technology so we can connect, for this moment in time, for the breath in our bodies. I ask, Divine Mother, as your Reverend Priestess, that I get out of the way so that your words may be heard. It is your will that is in alignment with mine. May each of those receiving this wisdom today be blessed. May they be blessed with abundance, with joy, with peace, and the wisdom and knowing when to take that sacred rest. We thank you, Mother, for all the gifts you have offered. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Amen, Amin, Ashe. And so it is. So I am very fueled by Spirit to offer words on sacred rest. And I will use my own journey as an example, as I often do. Yesterday was a glorious day here on island. Such a beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky, and just this crisp sun and beautiful temperature, not so stifling hot. So I started my day with a hike up the crater, which I often do. I live 10 minutes from Hawaii National Park, and it is very invigorating to start your day with a hike next to an active volcano. That is my connection to spirit. That is my connection to Goddess, to the earth, to this aliveness that is life. When I came home just raring to go, I had a whole beautiful day ahead of me with not any obligations, which how rare is that in our busy world. Um, but when I came back from my hike and made a cup of tea, my body said, oh, it was like the balloon, all the air of the balloon was let out. And I felt like all of the weeks leading up to our ordination, to my unique journeys with my now ex-corporate job, it all just caught up with me. And my body said, not today. Now, of course, many of us in this moment, and I really want to focus on this, many of us in that moment when we hear the calls of our body, but our mind says, got to do this, got to do that. And so we force ourselves to do those things, even though our body is screaming for rest. Our body is screaming for quiet, for quiet. It can be exhausting and draining to be around humans, especially like in busy things like a mall or, wherever, stuff like that, shopping. I take my daughter shopping. I have to go into major detox after. Um, so when our heads are arguing of all the things we need to do, and our heart and our body are saying, not today, this teaching today is about honoring the wisdom of the body, honoring the wisdom of the heart, and remembering that we're not just a head. Our society has done a neat cleave between head and the rest of us. And it is this work of spirit, the work of the heart, my work, that we bring us together in wholeness, that we unite in this heart space, which is where wisdom lies. I have been for many years now working with women as a spiritual counselor and guide. And I have not found a woman or a human who doesn't know what's in their heart. It's that they don't follow it. They don't follow it after. And that's really the trick. So yesterday, when Spirit was saying, not today, I listened. And I found quiet and refuge. I put my mind to rest. I didn't write. I didn't read. I didn't read because a lot of my books are very meaty. And that is not rest. So I meditated. I sat in the rainforest. I went for walks. Um, there's a beautiful old growth forest not far from here, and that is a very healing space for me and for all. If you come to Island, we'll take you. But we are at a point in our world, in this society, where we are literally working ourselves to death. And I am not overextenuating that or being dramatic. I speak as a spiritual counselor for hospice for those who are in their last chapter, who are preparing to take their last breath. And it is part of the reason I had to halt with that work, because I saw so many people that literally worked themselves to death. I heard so many stories of people who were waiting for their life to begin. Because we humans, we take this chunk of 30 years, many of us, that think we're gonna stick into this job that we hate, literally hate, that's destroying us, that's draining us, that's exhausting us. But we think I'm going to stick with that because if I do that time, then my real life is going to begin after. My real life after those 30 years. My health is going to be great. I'll have money to travel and I'm going to just start my real life then. And I, as a spiritual counselor for hospice, can assure you that that life and those tomorrows for many of us do not come. Do not come. And I really want you to hear this. I really want to hear this because so few are living in the now moment. And so few are making conscious choices in this moment which will affect us the rest of the day, tomorrow, years to come. So I ask you, are you putting your life on hold? And what for? Don't you think? Let me rephrase that. I'm going to pause on that thought. How many of you are putting your life on hold? How many of you are putting that dream, whatever it is, your heart's speak, your heart's wisdom, locking it in a cage, putting it on a shelf, and saying tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. And in the meantime, what's going on with today? How are you feeling today? What is your emotional state? What is your mental state? Are you feeling exhausted? When you hear the word sacred rest, is your body resonating with that, saying, yes, please? So we all know that there's an agenda out there that wants us to be in that state of exhaustion. So a big thread, a platform of my work focuses on language. Sorry, I should shut those things off. Focuses on language. And there is a lot of language around work. Work hard, number one. There's an easy one. I encourage you today to take that out of your lexicon and put in something else. We don't need to work hard. We can work with purpose. We can work with passion. We can work in many ways. Or we can take the word work out altogether and just say create. Today I'm creating with joy. Today I'm creating with passion. Whatever it is, I encourage you to fiddle with that so it suits you. Don't need to work hard. And one of my favorites is put your nose to the grindstone. Wow, that sounds like fun, doesn't it? Again, that mentality of working hard. Focus, put your head down, and just work. With pain associated, wouldn't that be? We know the grain that's put on the grindstones that used to be were crushed, liberated, the hull taken off, and that little bit within, but it's smashed. Do you want to be that? Do you want to be that? So I encourage you to think about your language about work, right? We can remove that. So, okay, sacred rest. We are in a space in our world where we can no longer deny the cries of the body for silence, for solitude, for stillness, for rest. And when I say rest, I am referring to deep, nourishing rest. Often in my spiritual counseling, for women especially, we talk about nourishing ourselves and pampering ourselves. They're two different things. Because truly nourishing our soul, we need to think about what that is. For each of us, could be different, right? Going for a swim in the ocean, going for a walk in the forest, spending time with family, spending time doing things that bring you joy. And it really is that simple. Are the things that you're doing bring you joy? Because we've been led to believe, again, that mentality, putting us in a cage, that we don't have to enjoy everything, right? Now, I know you're thinking a million things like, well, the dishes don't bring me joy. Shopping doesn't bring me joy, for food every day. Okay, so maybe there's different levels of joy we'll talk about. Um, in my work, everything though can be sacred. Everything. Everything can be a mindful moment, including washing the dishes, especially washing the dishes. That's one of my practices, is to wash them mindfully and offer gratitude that I had dishes. I had food to put on the dishes. So, see, everything can be a spiritual practice. But we need to pause. We need to pause, and we need to honor when we need to pause. One more thing before I'm feeling to conclude today is that we have been trained to believe that taking that pause is shameful. There's a layer of shame that's woven into that fabric, isn't there? I can be productive. I can be more productive. Which, by the way, I really detest that word. Don't get me started. We're not here to be productive. We can be fruitful. How's that? Being fruitful, we can be abundant. Many other words we can use besides productive. But there is a layer of shame that is purposely woven into that desire to honor our body's wisdom, that we are failing if we honor it. We are a failure because we are not productive. So I want you to embody all of those wisdoms and really take that to heart. Really take that to heart, because I am sharing with you, and I can just feel the voices of all of those who I personally have worked with in that last chapter. As they're nearing their last breath, I can hear their voices, and they are here with me, begging you, urging you to make different choices that benefit you, and your well-being. Do not benefit this collective out there that is imposing things upon you. No, benefits you, your well-being, and your emotional state, your physical state. Okay? So your homework, always there's homework in my world. Your homework is to journey through this week, seeing when you can take a pause. Purposely creating space for a pause. Because if you don't do it for you, who is? Who is? Who's going to do it for you? Do you think your boss is going to say, you look a little tired today. I think you should take a day off. Maybe you're blessed with that kind of person. I know that there seem to be more, but if not, you got to look out for yourself. And we need to, in this society, radically step up and demand, oh, that's a big word for really demand that sacred pause. This container of life, of that 30 years that we work, that we're miserable, right? We stick ourselves into a job for the steady paycheck, for the benefits, for all the stuff that we're told we need to have. And then our real life begins. Your real life begins now. Now. This moment. So what do you choose? What do you choose? All right, beloveds, that's feeling complete. Let's breathe. Thanking Divine Mother, the angels, your guides, your ancestors, all that are here with us, thanking them for being present, for guiding this wisdom to come through. May it reach you with an open heart, with an open mind, with an open spirit. I thank you. Aloha, beloveds. From my heart to yours, we are one. Have a beautiful day and enjoy your sacred rest. Aloha.